We're live from the Stomping Grounds on the campus of South Aiken High School, where tonight South Aiken plays host to their crosstown rivals, the Aiken Fighting Green Hornets. Have come across town and they're going to be playing the Thoroughbreds, and we're looking forward to bringing you all the action. I'm joined tonight in the pregame show by our sports editor, Eric Russell. He's back. We found him in the truck and pulled him out of the mothballs. And we also found, who are you?
John Boyette.
John Boyette, you used to work at Aiken Standard years ago. What are you doing here?
I'm back as the new executive editor, just started 2 weeks ago.
We are excited to have John with us. That's been in the paper already, but if you haven't heard, John Boyette's come back to Aiken, and he's the new executive editor, as he just said. And we're excited about you being back in Aiken where you belong. We didn't need you on the other side of the river.
No, it feels like I'm right back at home, which is where I've always lived in Aiken. And like I told you the other day, I'm one of the rare people that went to both Aiken and South Aiken high schools.
That's true. You are that, aren't you? In fact, I was my class 78. I think my brother John was the last class that didn't have anything to do with South Aiken. So you came along behind him.
Yep, I guess I was at Schofield as a freshman, and then they split up the two high schools, and next thing you know, they're building a new campus over here at South Aiken, and that's where I was zoned for, and that's where I went.
And I still think it was a mistake, but that's a conversation for another time, because we only need one great high school in Aiken. But let's talk a little bit about football tonight. Aiken, South Aiken, 0 wins between them, Eric.
But it doesn't really matter, because whoever wins tonight, they're going strong in region play, and they'll be able to pick up their first win in a rivalry game and have bragging rights. So it's all good.
It's absolutely the case. Whoever wins tonight, I think, has a pretty good shot at making the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, probably would need only one more win with the way the playoffs worked out, but it would be a good start and some momentum for sure, to say the least.
Absolutely. And John, you've experienced Aiken, South Aiken. You were there for the very, very first one. I wasn't there. I was off at school. But you've covered a lot of these events. How many of these Aiken, South Aiken games have you covered, do you figure?
Gosh, I've probably been to 15 or 20 of them through the year, something like that. I mean, the first one I was a student at South Aiken, and South Aiken got the drop on them 15-3. But you got to remember, South Aiken had a lot of great athletes back then. Raymond Roundtree, Richard Smith, guys like that.
Michael Dean Perry.
Michael Dean Perry, yeah, how could I forget my classmate? So those guys were pretty good.
Absolutely. I mean, my brother Robert still talks about the fact that South Aiken stole all their great players, and he was left at Aiken High. And Aiken High only won 2 games that senior year of his, and South Aiken actually had a really good football team. So in the beginning, South Aiken owned this series. Then it kind of, the tables turned.
Yeah, I think really some of the best football in this series was probably during the Kerry Johnson when he was at Aiken High, and Dan Pippin coaching South Aiken, gosh, 10, 15 years ago. I think those were really good games. I covered a lot of those, but Aiken always seemed to have Dan Pippin's number and got the best of him somehow. And a lot of playoff bursts and things like that on the line when they met.
Yeah, Dan Pippin never beat beat Aiken High while he was at South Aiken. He had to go to North Augusta to get that accomplished. But anyway, I think it was 19 in a row that Aiken won over South Aiken. But now South Aiken sort of turned the tables.
Yeah, they got a couple in a row on them and kind of have the hold in the rivalry, but we'll see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, South Aiken going for number 4. They've never won 4 in a row against Aiken High, so that's what they're playing for. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the other games going on in the area when we return in the pregame show for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
I know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. noticing things like that. I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
At the Jewelers Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jewelers Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jewelers Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
2 local teams. But yeah, I got a mic, so you don't have to lean
That's
over.
true. That I have to remember that.
Yeah.
I did that already. Is that I was going to say, is that a frog? It sounded like it was counting. We're back. Stomping Grounds, South Aiken High School, in the pregame show for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. South Aiken playing host to Aiken High. But before we get back to that, we're going to talk a little bit about other games in the area. And Wagner Sally is playing host to Williston. Williston having a tough go of it so far this season. We were very impressed with what we saw last week with Wagner.
And I think we'll see more of that tonight again against Williston. Obviously, that Wagner team knows what it likes to do, can go out and knows how to get it done. We'll probably see more of that. But Williston, obviously, you can never count them out in a region game because they've been in the positions to win that region before, and they know what it takes to get wins and pick up momentum in there. So that should be a pretty good game. We'll see if Wagner has the same success it had last week and has had throughout the season in this one tonight.
Yeah, I've talked to several people after the game last week, and I said I was at the Wagner game, and most people were, we'll see them in the state championship game more than likely.
Yeah, it's very likely.
Good.
Yeah, they are that good. They can line it up and run the ball right at you. They can get out wide running the ball, or they can pass it. So when you can do all 3 of those things, kind of the sky's the limit.
And I was talking to Phil Kornbluth Saturday, and I mentioned the fact that Wagner Sally, I said they end up in the state championship anyway. Yeah, with Lamar and a couple of other, and Blackville Hilda. And I said, well, they beat Blackville Hilda 49-12 last night, and 12, this last 6 was a bonus at the end.
Yeah, but that Blackville Hilda team was highly thought of going into that one, so that's kind of even more impressive of a win that they got last week.
That's absolutely. Now, a couple of games that people, South Aiken and Aiken High, are going to be interested in. Again, we say it's important for Aiken, South Aiken, whoever wins this has a really good chance because of the teams that they got coming up. None of them look like juggernauts. And tonight, Midland Valley's at Airport. Airport, the only team in the whole region that has a winning record.
Yeah, coming into this one, don't really know a lot about Airport, but after this week, we'll know a lot about this region, whether Airport or Brooklyn Casey or North Augusta, which of those teams are for real, and then this result here, we'll kind of have a lay of the land, so to speak. And then Midland Valley, obviously, is another one of those schools looking for their first win, but have a chance to kind of set a clean slate here, so to speak, because region is what determines playoffs, so they still got a shot there. So they can also go out and get a big win over an Airport team that has a strong offense. So we'll see what they're able to do with that.
Absolutely. And then the other game is North Augusta. North Augusta is actually at Brooklyn Casey, and I think BC has a 2-3 record just like North Augusta.
Yeah, and in this game, Kyle and I have talked about it all week. North Augusta needs to get off to a quick start in one of these games. They seem to be getting off to slow starts and then picking up a little later, but a couple times that's been too late. Obviously, last week against Strom Thurmond, they came out, gave up big touchdown play, and then the interception return for touchdown. At that point, you're playing behind the 8 ball for the rest of the game, and you're looking for ways to get back into it. But if they can put together a game where they get a good start in this one, I think they'll be okay.
Now, another game which will be at Strom Thurmond next week, right?
Yes,
Strom
Strom
Thurmond
Thurmond's
is
coming.
playing host to Edisto tonight. Now, Edisto only one loss, but based on last year, you got to wonder what their chances are.
Yeah, those wins that they have been over some lower classification teams. So that Edisto has, I should say, have been over some lower classification teams. So this will be their first real test, and it's a big one because Strom Thurmond, along with Barnwell and Wagner, have been those teams that have been rolling throughout the season and kind of don't look like they're slowing up. That defense has been turning people over like crazy, and they'll look to do some more of that against Edisto tonight.
Now, Barnwell, who I think is consensus to all of us is the best team in the area, they're going to Allendale Fairfax, and we saw Allendale Fairfax against Silver Bluff. I think they're probably a little bit better than what we may have thought.
Yeah, they are a little bit better. It's almost hard to judge that game because of all the fumbles. And if they do that against Barnwell, it's going to be a long night because Barnwell is another one of those teams, kind of like Wagner, that knows what it wants to do, knows how to get it done, and they just go out and execute. So it's kind of tough to compete with that when a team just executes that way.
Yeah, I would think Barnwell will handle business at that particular game. Fox Creek is at 96. Both teams with 2 losses. 96, usually a pretty good football team.
Pretty good team, but they're a much different team from that team last year. So Fox Creek is coming in with the momentum in this one. 3 straight wins. Ryan Chavis outperforming well and just running the ball all over the place. So we'll probably see some more of that. And we'll see how this one shakes out. But both teams are kind of have something to prove in the opening game of region. And we'll see if Fox Creek can keep that momentum going.
Absolutely. And then, well, we've actually got 2 more. Silver Bluff's at Saluda. Saluda, only 1 loss on the season. Silver Bluff struggling a little bit.
Yeah, struggling a little bit. And they're another one of those teams that needs to get off to like a quicker start. They've had some troubles getting off to a quick start in the past couple of games. The Allendale game that we saw, they kind of got behind and then miscues. And then last week, the Swansea, they got behind. But in this one, they have a chance to try to get out in front. But they are facing a tough task in that Saluda offense with Noah Bell and Dallin Wright and all those guys that have been performing well this season.
And finally, Denmark is at Ridge Spring. Both teams with 2 losses on the season. But big night here for Ridge Spring.
Big night for Ridge Spring. I think home field advantage. They finally get a home game in a new stadium. Get to open their new stadium. An exciting night for Ridge Spring Moneta. So I think they'll come out a little bit fired up out there in front of the home fans finally, and give them a good showing out there. They have the momentum of a big win over Wilson Elko, which is huge for region standings. And so coming in with that confidence combined with the home crowd and kind of just doing those little things that they've been doing well, I think you'll see Ridge Spring that'll come out on top on this one.
All right, well that concludes all the games in the area. We'll be in Ridge Spring in a couple of weeks, maybe 3, and we'll get to see that new stadium. We're looking forward to that. But tonight, we're on the Stomping Grounds at South Aiken, here on the track, getting ready for the crosstown rivalry between Aiken High and South Aiken High. We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about tonight's game when we return on the pregame show for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
I know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started that one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move. Move.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom.
The Fighting Green Hornets against the T-Birds. And Eric, this is a game where for years I was involved with this game on the South Aiken side. Never was involved from the Aiken side. Like I said, I graduated in '78 when there was only one school. And got to work here and as the PA announcer and was involved in that streak. Elijah Juan Page, who's the new coach at Aiken High, he was the quarterback at the tail end of that streak as that wrapped up 19 in a row or something like that.
Yeah, when I spoke to him this week, he pointed out as a player he is 4-0 in this, and he said, but as a coach he just wanted to remind the kids that it's a big rivalry and how big this game is for bragging rights regardless of what's happened so far in the season. And so I think they're coming out. He said he's seen some good things from them in recent weeks, so they're coming out eager to come out here and prove something.
South Aiken, as we mentioned earlier, they've won 3 in a row. They got a chance to win 4 in a row. I got to believe that if we were going to call a favorite in this, it'd be South Aiken. Aiken's had a hard time scoring points.
They have. So coming into this one, South Aiken would definitely be a favorite. While they don't have any wins either, they've played a lot of close games and been in a lot of games where they could have had wins. So it's a matter of getting that one thing to go their way this week and try to pull out a win in this one.
All right. Well, Corey talking up there as the PA announcer. That means that we're going to have the national anthem. So Eric's going to go back to the truck. I'm going to head on up to the booth. And in a minute, we're going to have kickoff here for Aiken, South Aiken when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. A member of the RE/MAX Global Network, the Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The collection division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers, while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge of the Aiken market and years of real estate experience, our agents make the buying process seamless, from the search to negotiations to closing. Located in the heart of downtown Aiken, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is ready to help you find a property you'll love.
From your first home
to your dream home, to your dream office.
From plantations
and pastures
to bungalows
and buildings.
No one opens more doors in Aiken than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With a revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Know that it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jeweler's Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jeweler's Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. A member of the RE/MAX Global Network, the Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The collection division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers, while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge of the Aiken market and years of real estate experience, our agents make the buying process seamless, from the search to negotiations to closing. Located in the heart of downtown Aiken, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is ready to help you find a property you'll love.
From your first home
To your dream home, to your dream office.
From plantations
and pastures.
To bungalows.
And buildings.
No one opens more doors in Aiken than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire. Even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Got a good block out front by Devon Burnett. So Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as South Aiken throws on 1st down, moves the ball. It's a warm, muggy night as it's been all week. And now into the clear goes number 22. That's Nikhil Ryans. Ryans, a good running back, now finally goes down inside the 20 all the way down to the 15-yard line. So South Aiken with two big first plays on 1st down. They move the chains again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. South Aiken spreads the field. 2 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Ryans in the backfield along with Hickson. Hickson takes the snap, holds, looks, throws, got a man out around the 10-yard line. That's McKeever. McKeever cutting all the way across the field, looking for a block. He gets one. He's going to try to turn the corner, gets to the edge, And there goes a flag late. When you get running across the field like that, people are invariably changing direction, and you're going to get blocks in the back, and that's probably a play where McKeever may have run some 50 yards. In the end, he gained yardage, but he'll lose yardage because of the penalty, I would assume, is going to go against South Aiken. Block in the back in illegal block in the back on South Aiken, so that'll back him up 10 yards. That brings it out to the 20. So big break for Aiken High. It's actually a 15-yard penalty, and it was happened at the 15. I think it was a blindside block was the call. So that carries a 15-yard penalty. It's worse than an illegal block in the back. Trying to protect the kids as they run around on the fields. And there's some movement on the right side. So now South Aiken, who was roaring down the field on all cylinders clicking, 2 penalties in a row. That'll be a 5-yard walk-off. It's going to be second down and 20. The 15-yard penalty was at the end of the run. They got to repeat the down, but it was a 15-yard from there. So now we're actually first down. And here's Ryans. Ryans going to get it all back and more as he goes down. Looks like he'll be right at the 5-yard line. That's going to be just short of a first down. The pickup was 19 yards. Now it is second down and 1. South Aiken having its way on the Aiken High School defense. A little cross-up action in the backfield and into the end zone goes Jason Lewis. Check that was Butler. Travis Butler scores on the 6-yard run, and South Aiken takes the early 6-0 lead over Aiken High. Extra point coming. Ethan Yeomans is the kicker for South Aiken. Kick is up. Kick is good. And South Aiken, with only 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock on here in the first quarter, takes the lead 7-0 over Aiken High. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
It was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
Welcome back. Stomping Grounds at South Aiken. Aiken finds itself trailing 7-0 as they await the kickoff. Yeomans will be kicking off. Number 27, Jalen Johnson, deep to receive for Aiken. Oh, and he tries to field it. It goes off his shins and out of bounds, and that's where Aiken gets a tough break, and they'll take over at the 12-yard line. Could have been worse. Could have ricocheted back down the field to South Aiken, as there'd been nobody there to help recover that. But Aiken will find themselves a long ways from home at the 13-yard line. They'll have 87 yards to go to get to the Tyler Tire end zone. South Aiken has already visited the Tyler Tire end zone for this 7-0 lead early in the first quarter. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. And Tobias Lawton is the quarterback for Aiken High. Back past a little screen pass, almost picked off. Very, very close to being picked off by number 8 for South Aiken. who is not on the roster. We have no 8. So we'll just try to pick that up as the game rolls along. So an auspicious beginning for Aiken. Lawton was probably a pretty decent call, but it was sniffed out. Good defense by South Aiken. 2nd down and 10. Spread the field 2 left, 2 right. Back in the backfield with Lawton, hands off. Met in the backfield, works hard and going to get positive yardage. Looked like he was going to be down for a loss. That's Frederian Terry. Terry moves it up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. As we looked at the Remax Tattersall, did you see that replay? Same formation, 2 wide receivers on either side. Terry in the backfield along with Lawton. Snap going to hand off again. This time South Aiken was ready for it. Puts him down on the ground. Again, it's number 8 for South Aiken making the play. That's going to be a loss. He'll lose 3 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and 8, and the punting unit will come on the field for South Aiken. For Aiken. Two receivers deep for South Aiken. Now we have a timeout. Aiken High School going to take a timeout. We got a Honda Cars of Aiken timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
It all started that one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move. Move.
At the Jeweler's Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jeweler's Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jeweler's Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
Now, to realize we're in a commercial break. And the punt takes a Aiken hop and is down at the 42-yard line of South Aiken. South Aiken will take over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 with the Thoroughbreds leading 7-0 over Aiken. Still early in the first quarter. South Aiken scored in a little bit over 2 minutes, the first score on their first possession. We'll see what they can do on their second possession as they start off with good field position, pretty much exactly where they started the game. Here's a pass. Too tall. Tended over there for McKeever. McKeever couldn't haul it in. And completes 2nd down and 10. And that's probably the first negative play South Aiken's had. Their first drive, the only negative plays they had were penalties, a 15-yard variety and followed by a 5-yard one, but they got 19 of that back on the very next play. Three split wide to the left. They look that side, and McKeever's going to get it. Gets a block outside. Now McKeever cuts back across the field. I got him in trouble the last time he did that. No flags on the field. He's going to pick up another first down as he picks up 14 yards on the play into South Aiken territory to the 44. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for South Aiken. Give him 14 yards on that play. Now 3 split wide again. Now we're going to run, try to get outside. Ryans outruns the defender, now gets across the 40, going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 37, it appears. So it'll be a good pickup. Looks like he picked up about 7 yards, call it 7.5. Second down, 2.5 for the Thoroughbreds. Hickson looks to the sidelines to get his play. Fakes a handoff, now going to throw, short pass. It's caught, and that's Burns on the catch. Jonathan Burns makes the catch. That's going to move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for South Aiken as they're taking up where they left off on the first drive. And they're into the 28-yard line of South Aiken. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Sanders, the H-back, lines up in the middle of the field. And they're going to go quick out again. This pass is caught by number 3, Ryan Mays, one of the captains. Mays finds very little room. He's tackled very quickly. So he's down. Second down and 9. Gain of a yard on the play. Turns, hands off. Ryan's in open field. He's got one man to beat. Runs by him, steps in. He's at the 1-yard line. They're going to call him down before he got into the end zone. And here comes a flag late after the play. And let's see, somebody must have said something to somebody. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct call. And we'll see who that ends up being on as they discuss it. That's on South Aiken. And you can see, called it on number 3. As he mouthed it to us. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. And I would believe that that would still move the chains. Now they're going to blow the whistle and talk about it. He had the first down by plenty, but they brought it back 15 yards, so it'll be a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as it was a dead ball foul. They get the first down and move the chains. So the ball spotted at the 16-yard line. They have a discussion, probably saying, let's keep it clean. Sanders switches sides. 2 left, 1 right. And the slot is Sanders. Now he's going to go for it all in the end zone. He's got a man out there. That's Corey Burns. He's got it. Great body control to go up into the defender, let the ball come to him. And we'll take a look at the Remax Tattersall. Did you see that replay? Is South Aiken on the board again? This is a perfect pass. Goes up, gets hit, catches it, and comes down in the end zone. South Aiken with 2 touchdowns in the 6 minutes that it takes. 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Here's the kick. It's up deep into the night and good. And South Aiken, all over Aiken here and early going, up 14-0 at the Stomping Grounds as South Aiken goes for 4 games in a row in this series. We'll take a break and be right back for the kickoff. You're watching Aiken Standard Football.
But I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable. And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
5:54 left to go here in the first quarter, and South Aiken all over Aiken here, nearly going with 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and they lead 14-0. Yeomans will kick. The last kickoff ricocheted off of one of the Aiken receivers out of bounds. So let's see what you better. He picks it up at the 10. Tries to make a man miss, but he's knocked down. And that's number 20 for Aiken High, which is Terry. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for the Fighting Green Hornets as they try to get something started here. They went 3 and out the first possession. Again, the team that wins tonight, it'll be their first win, but they will go to first place in the region with a win, as the best anybody can hope for is 1-0. So Aiken, South Aiken have a chance. Now another Honda Cars vacant timeout on the field, and Aiken High going to go talk about it as they try to get their act together. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
Back at South Aiken, give you a score, the most important score of the evening. The Atlanta Braves victorious over the St. Louis Cardinals as the Braves bounce back after a horrid loss last night and win 3-0 behind Mike Foltevicius, Folty as we like to call him. So Braves will go on to St. Louis, tied up through 1 apiece in the National League Division Series. Got to win 2 out of 3 to move on to the Division Championships, or the National League Championship, I might say. But we're happy around here about that. All right, Aiken's talked about it. They used their second time out. Now going to come back, roll it around a screen pass, and South Aiken sniffs it up very, very quickly. It's complete to Delvin Hill. Hill can't get started. He picks up a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Again, Aiken High, new coach this year, Olajuwon Page, a Fighting Green Hornet. As he said in the paper, he was 4-0 against South Aiken when he was a player. And he's having to rebuild this Aiken High team. And having some growing pains, but he'll get there. Now rolling, flips it out. South Aiken does a good job, however, he does get the edge and going to pick up positive yardage. Looked like South Aiken had it contained, but a nice run that time. Gets the ball to the edge and outside for a positive gain. He's going to bring up 3rd down and short for Aiken High. We'll call it 3rd down and 3 as he picked up 5 yards on that play. Believe that was Terry on the carry. Now he goes in motion, back to pass, gonna look to run. keeping his eyes upfield, gets a block, gets around the corner, and going to pick up the first down as he's pushed out of bounds at the 34. So Lawton gets it upfield, and Aiken High going to pick up their first down of the night. Does a good job changing hands, protecting that ball. Picks up good yardage. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Aiken High as they try to get on the board here in the first quarter. 4:02 left to play. So compress the field here as they come in tight and flip out. Terry throws it up in the air, and that's a scramble. It looked like South Aiken was going to catch it in the air, and I believe, yep, South Aiken has recovered it. So Aiken picks up their first down, only to fumble it away, and South Aiken in business again with a short field. They'll spot the ball at the 34, we'll call it the 35. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for the T-Beds. Coming into this game tonight, South Aiken had some real near misses in terms of getting wins. They just didn't finish the games, which Coach Hamilton said that's the next step, learn to finish the game. But certainly have been closer than Aiken High has been. Corey Burns, or rather Jonathan Burns, Corey's his dad. But I'm sure Corey will take that though. Jonathan Burns gets up to the 20-yard line. And there's a flag trailing the play. And that may bring it back. South Aiken walking back. Holding against South Aiken. Either that or blocking the back. They need to come up with a new signal for blocking the back because it all looks like holding in the end. But that'll be a 10-yard walk-off against South Aiken. That's negating the big play to Burns. It'll continue to be first down. They bring it back to the 43-yard line. Loss of 6, 1st and 16. Going to go to Ryans. Ryans had a lot of success running the football. He runs hard north-south, gets up over the 30-yard line to the 29. Another big gain for Ryans. It'll bring up 2nd down, but 2nd and short. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Aiken High linebackers move up into the gaps. Now they fall back. 3 split wide to the left, 1 to the right for South Aiken. Now this is going to be a sprint draw that didn't work. Aiken came on a blitz and was able to get in there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 as the loss is 8 yards. All the way back to the 36-yard line. So the Aiken defense rising up after putting up very little fight on the first 2 possessions. Here in the 3rd possession with the short field, South Aiken finds himself 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. We're back to the spread offense, 2 right, 2 left. Ryan's in the backfield along with Hickson. They bring McKeever in motion. And they hand off to Ryans. Ryans with a lot of room in the middle of the field. Gets upfield. He's going to have the first down as he crosses the 20 into the 18-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as they move the chains again. And Ryans having his night, big night, running the football. He breaks off so much yardage on every play. You'd think that they would stay with that. But there again, Hickson been very successful throwing the ball too. Hands off again. Ryans finds a little gap, gets through it, and going to pick up positive yardage. He's second down. Looks like he picked up about 6. Call it second down and 4. Clock winds down. A little over a minute left to go in the first quarter, and South Aiken's knocking on the door again. They've already visited the Tyler Tire end zone twice, looking for a third visit. And here comes that cross-section pass. Ryan stays on his feet, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, T-Birds. Ryan scores again. 20-0 is our score. And South Aiken just rolling up and down the field. Aiken helpless to do anything about it, as Yeomans comes on to try the point after. 49.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and South Aiken adds the extra point. 21-0 our score here in the first quarter. South Aiken leads Aiken when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
On the campus of South Aiken High School at the Stomping Grounds on the south side of Aiken. South Aiken having their way with the Aiken Fighting Green Hornets as they lead 21-0 with 49 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Third kickoff for South Aiken. A good kick. This is going to drive them back inside the 5. Good coverage by South Aiken. Going to bring him down before he reaches, I think he reached the 15-yard line. They're going to give his forward progress to the 15. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 15. And Aiken starting with pretty crummy field position to start all of their possessions. Will start again deep in their own territory. Ball's spotted at the 14. And this is pretty much where Aiken has started, inside the 20. They've got 1 first down on the game. And South Aiken looks like they came prepared to get it done tonight. Hickson, hands off. Terry hit as he gets to the line of scrimmage. He'll be stopped for no gain. It'll be second down and 10. Clock winds down. Believe they'll get one more play off before we go to the next quarter. Or perhaps not. Aiken taking their time. They're going to say he gained a yard on that play. And so it'll be second down and 9 as the first quarter comes to a merciful end for the Fighting Green Hornets as they find themselves looking up at a 21-0 deficit as the T-Birds have a great first quarter on the Fighting Green Hornets. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
That it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started that one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
Start of the second quarter, our crosstown rivalry game tonight on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. South Aiken playing host to Aiken, the Fighting Green Hornets against the T-Birds. I'm Ed Gerardo. Eric Russell's in the truck, switching and pushing buttons. And we may be joined shortly by a surprise analyst. So you'll have to stay tuned to find out who that will be. All right, second down. And Aiken ready to go. Looking for that short pass out there in the flat. Going to pick up positive yardage. Close, going to pick up the first down as he's run out of bounds right at the yard marker. I believe that'll be close enough for the first down. It is. They'll move the chains. Chandler left on 1st and 10 for Aiken High. They get their second first down of the game. As they look for some edge to move the ball and get out of the shadow of their end zone here behind them. They have yet to get across the 35. Their deepest penetration was to the 33, and they fumbled on the very next play to South Aiken. They snap handoff, swarmed under at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss on the play.
Tackle in the backfield. Flag on the play.
That play just never got started. Oh, we have a flag on the play. I was waiting to see. There's a chop block against Aiken High. And from where they are on the field, the chop block, that'll be half the distance to the goal. Take it back to the 10. So Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10, they'll replay first down, but now they're looking up. That occurred in the backfield. They've still got some 22 yards to go for a first down. And the last thing Aiken needs is penalties. Make it tough. Here comes Hicks. Is Lawton running. That was successful earlier in the game. They picked up a first down, the quarterback keeping Lawton. However, South Aiken came up, hit him hard after a short gain. It's going to bring up second down 20. Give him a couple yards on the play. Aiken with one receiver split wide to the left, 3 to the right on the short side of the field. Backs up under pressure quickly, running away. Going to pick up some yardage, but not enough to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's probably gained about 5 yards, if that. They're actually going to say he ran out of bounds at around the 21-yard line. So it's going to bring up third down, probably 18 yards for a first down. So a long third down play for Aiken High, and the offense having its struggles early in the early going. It's a long ways to go to get a first down. They haven't showed much success in throwing the football at all, much less running it. 3 split wide to the left, to the wide side of the field this time. 1 to the right. Looks to his right, screen pass. Got some room to run, but he'll be run out of bounds. Picking up good yardage, but well short of the first down. It's going to be a good 7 yards short. They'll bring up 4th down and 7. Save, spot him down at the 27-yard line. So the punting unit comes on the field for Aiken High again. McKeever goes deep to receive. Ryans lined up beside him. This kick away is short. He'll take a hop. Not exactly fielded, but covered. Keep it from going too much further. That was actually number 20, Brandon Briatico, who covered on that, and it was deep to receive as opposed to Ryans. So South Aiken back out on the field. They've been successful on their 3 possessions in the first quarter, getting a 21-0 lead. This will be their 4th possession, first in the second quarter. 9:29 left to go. Three split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Looking to his left, now going to come back to his right. And Ryan's got a ball over the 40, going to be run out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And that's Mays on the catch. Ryan Mays, we got a Ryans, the running back, and Ryan Mays. So Mays' pickup is a good 25, 26 yards. Back at it, South Aiken, 3 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10, looking to his right, now running. Hickson got some room. He's going to pick up a block, a hip. That'll get him to the first down marker where he'll move the chains again. It'll be a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. So he picks up 11 yards inside the 20-yard line.
First down.
South Aiken pushing all the right buttons so far in this game. The only thing that slowed them down has been a couple of penalties. Now a quick out. Room to run, going to cruise into the end zone. I believe it's Butler or Jalen Razor, but there's a flag at the 10-yard line. That'll bring it out. So that was for naught. Again, their own worst enemy tonight. As South Aiken has only been slowed down by penalties, though it hasn't stopped them from scoring, as that'll bring it out to the 22, holding against South Aiken. Walk-off's 10 yards. Still be first down in 13 for the T-Bearheads. And they've come out of this, not going to throw into the end zone, and what a catch! Nice catch by Devon Burnett. Went up and took the ball off the top of the helmet of his defender. I believe the defender was number 21, which is not on the Aiken High roster that I have. But at any rate, great play by Burnett to catch the ball and get in the end zone. 27-0 extra point coming from Yeomans. We'll have to take a look at that as we come out of this extra point kick on the Remax Tattersall. Did you see that replay? This is a fine catch. Aiken's gotten a couple of really good catches for touchdowns tonight. Jonathan Burns with one. And let's see if we can get another look at that one by Burnett as he went up high and scooped it off the top of the Aiken defender. All right, we don't have one, so we'll take a break. The Honda Cars of Aiken timeout on the field as South Aiken got into the Tyler Tire end zone again. It's 28-0, South Aiken.
At the Jewelers Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jewelers Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jewelers Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
Back for another kickoff. South Aiken with their fourth kickoff of the first half. They've had 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns as they're just going up and down the field on Aiken. Received at the 8-yard line. Come back, got a little room to run. Going to get out of that hole. Aiken's finally going to be up to the 35-yard line as they pass the 35 for the first time tonight. They're going to say he was down at the 34, I do believe. And that's where Aiken High will have a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10, 34-yard line, their best field position of the night. As everything else tonight is started inside the 20. So a good kickoff return. Three split wide to the wide side of the field, one to the right. Terry in the backfield with Lawton. Lawton holds out the signals, drops back to pass. Looking, gonna run. Looked like he had a little bit of room if he gets to the edge. And a nice tackle from Brian Briatico. Briatico got out there, didn't let him get the edge. Brought him down. He got a yard gain on the play. Give him 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. As they do pass the 35 to the 36-yard line. There's Aiken High. When Lawton broke, it looked like he had the wide side of the field to himself. Briatico closed very, very quickly. Showing some good speed. So Lawton will try again. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, much more compressed formation. And gonna hand it off. And good running that time by number 24, Delvin Hill, fighting hard. Fought hard, but no gain on the play. Did well not to lose any yardage. 3rd down and 8 coming up. May have lost a half yard, as a matter of fact. So Aiken needs a big play. Move this ball. Now we've got timeout on the field. It's going to be a penalty, offsides against South Aiken. So that's a break for Aiken. They get 5 yards the freeway. And that'll move it just inside the 40, 41 and a half. Need to make the 44, so 3.5 yards for 1st down for Aiken High. Probably the most successful plays so far come from the quarterback scrambling. So Lawton drops back, looks to his right, decides not to run. It has a pretty good arm, throws it, and it looks like a catch on the far side of the field. That is a catch. Caught by number 7, David Neal. Went up And here we look at the Remax Tattersall. Did you see this replay? This is a very fine catch. Man on his back, hauls it in, moves the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10, and Aiken into South Aiken. As they're at the 43-yard line. Good arm by Lawton on that throw. Now Terry back in the game, can't get outside, run out of bounds, going to lose a yard, maybe 2, bring up 2nd down. Oh, that's a targeting call against South Aiken. I do believe that was the call. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. I guess that's helmet to helmet. So now South Aiken giving up the yardage, making the mistakes, and Aiken finds themselves all the way to the 31-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Aiken High, as they trail 28-0, but threaten here to get on the board. Screen pass, knocked down. South Aiken coming fast, got up high, knocked the ball down, bring up 2nd and 10. Second down and 10. 3 split wide to the left on the wide side, 1 to the right. Lawton with Terry on his right side and tripped up. Could not get to the edge. Lillard on the tackle on the far side. Maybe picked up a yard. 3rd down and 9. So big 3rd down play. Aiken trying to keep this drive alive and have something that they can feel good about themselves. They need 9 yards. Back to pass. Scrambles. Almost picked off over there. That looked like Razor had it measured. Couldn't quite get to it, so it brings up 4th down. So of course, trailing 28-0, you got to expect Aiken will go for it. 3:27 left to go here in the half. See if Aiken has any plays they haven't tried. This would be a good time to pull one out. 2 to the left, compressed to the right. They send Terry in motion. Drops back, looks downfield, now going to try to get away. He does get away now, pulled down, sacked back at the 36-yard line. And Aiken turns it over on down. South Aiken stops the Aiken drive as they get their best drive of the game, and now South Aiken will take over. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll come back 28-0. South Aiken leads.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
All right, South Aiken. I believe this is a timeout for water. There's officials' timeout, as it's still pretty warm. Looking forward to the cooler weather getting here, as it has been some kind of hot. The whole entire month of September, kind of crazy. It was 100 degrees today in Aiken in October, but it is what it is, and it goes away tomorrow. And it seems a little cooler right now. Not too bad here in the press box. All right, rolling around now. A flag is going to probably be holding. Tripped up. Hickson got downfield, but I believe that one's coming back. Holding is the call against South Aiken. So they'll tack on 10 yards, and South Aiken has been able to overcome these penalties tonight. They've had a couple of 10 yards, a couple of 15-yarders, but they hadn't slowed down the offense very much at all. As this is their 5th possession, 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. I'm sure they wouldn't mind tacking on another one here on the 5th possession and run the clock out for the first half. So it's going to be a Chandler Law Firm first down, about 30 yards for a first down, as that holding was in the backfield. Going to throw going long, and Burns has made some great plays, and it looks like a flag going on. So we've got a penalty. That'll be an interference call against Aiken High, I'm pretty sure. So it's on the defense, so that'll be a walk-off. So South Aiken, right when they think that they've got something good going for them, they're going to get this penalty. This will be a 15-yard penalty, and I believe it'll be an automatic first down, and it is an automatic first down. So Aiken had them backed up. And here with 2:41 left to go in the ball game, in walks the legend.
I wish.
Byron, the President Bush, joins me.
Well, it's good to be here watching these T-Breads.
And the Hornets.
Yeah, and the Hornets, you know. I like to see all Aiken win.
And, you know, for those of you who are uninitiated, he is Byron, the President Bush, from his days of playing quarterback at South Aiken.
That's right, right.
What years were you the quarterback?
I was quarterback 2002 and 2003 season.
Right.
I graduated 2004.
Okay.
But played a little bit of everything in the years before there. So I see the T-Breads out here, 11 personnel. I call this left trips, with the little zone read to the left and a nice run all the way down to the 50.
Byron joining us after he had a play this evening, right?
Oh yeah, yep. And of Mice and Men. Had a gray beard on earlier today.
Is that a running program, or y'all just tonight?
Yep. Today was the first one we got. There's going to be 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th of October, as well as the 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Downstairs at our downtown at Newberry?
That's right, at the Aiken Community Playhouse.
Okay, so everybody needs to make arrangements to go see it. I've seen you in action.
That's right.
You're great.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I'd like to have a good time.
All right, we've got an injured player. We got a Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field as we check on a player, and he's going to hop up and look like he's okay. We'll keep it right here.
So 28-0.
28-0. South Aiken's had 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. They've run the ball. That last run was by Gage O'Banion. That's the first time we've seen him run, and he breaks off about 15 yards and gets him to the 49. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. If they score here, they'll have scored touchdowns. If they score a touchdown, touchdowns on every possession.
I love to see that. The offensive coordinator was my old teammate, Austin Collins. You know, I used to throw the rock to him.
All right. Didn't remember that. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Now, you never beat Aiken High when you were playing.
No, never did. Beat them coaching once. I coached in 2012 when we beat them. That's little bubble screen, maybe action to the left.
Yeah, that's McKeever. McKeever has been big tonight. He had one exciting play early on where he caught the ball on the left side, ran downfield, turned around, came back across the field, ran across the straight, ended up about a 10-yard gain. Unfortunately, they had a illegal blindside block, which is a 15-yard penalty after the whole thing was said and done. And that's been South Aiken something they'll work on. Holding against South Aiken is the call, and South Aiken has been flagged quite a bit. They've been able to overcome it. It's pretty amazing. They've had quite a few 10-yarders like that one. They've had a few 15-yarders, but they've been able to overcome all of that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's sure good to be back out here on the football field.
Do you get out here very often?
Not as much since I stopped coaching. Looks like South Aiken's lined up here in what I would call Trey right. 3 receivers to the right.
That's right.
Got a little roll out to the right.
He looks down, quarterback going to go down the middle of the field. He's got
one and a catch.
Got it.
What a catch. Who's that, number 3?
At the 10-yard
Ryan
line. Mays has made a couple of catches, but they've had a couple of really nice catches. Burnett caught one off the top of Aiken High helmet for a touchdown. That was the last one. And then Burns went up in the end zone into the defender as high as he could go. The defender ran into him. He caught the ball and came down inbounds for a touchdown. So some really good athletic moves on behalf of the offense as they score.
When I was at South Aiken, they called this formation Purdue. It was King Wright in college there. Got another pass. Touchdown.
And that's McKeever. McKeever gets in on the action. That'll get a penalty for dancing in the end zone. Five possessions, 5 touchdowns, and I'm sure McKeever will hear about that. Did you do any dances when you were playing?
Well, you know, Coach Pippen usually didn't like that.
No, I see Dan Pippen.
We'd score a touchdown and give it to the referee.
Dan was a disciplinarian, was he not?
That's right, that's right.
We were talking about that before the game, that Dan, for as good a coach as he was and the success he had at South Aiken, he led a team that had not won in 2 years to the playoffs, but he never beat Aiken High while he was at South Aiken.
That's right.
It took him a couple of tries before he finally started doing it at North Augusta and beat Aiken.
Well, we went, I think they were 10 straight wins, Aiken High. We took them into overtime one year and had a really close one here at South Aiken my senior year, but yep.
Well, there was some
Hornets just found a way to pull it out back then.
South Aiken played Aiken in the playoffs a couple of times and had some very, very close games. And, of course, I was very conflicted. Graduate of Aiken High, doing the PA announcing, Dan Pippen, good friend of mine.
That's right.
Kick is good. Yeomans with 5 extra points here in the first half with 1:07 left to go here in the second half. 35-0 our score. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Amen.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
Back at South Aiken High School, Jared along with Byron, the President Bush, who these days, you do a little DJing.
I do a little DJing just like my man Ed over here.
I'll tell you what, he is me reincarnated. Now, how old are you?
I'm 33.
33, so you are almost 30 years younger than me. A few years, we'll take it up to 28 years. But you're the reincarnation of me.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Hey, you're good.
If I can be anything like Eddie G, then I'm on the right path. So it looks like they took the penalty.
Gave your name today to somebody for a middle school dance.
Well, you know.
I can't hang anymore.
Well, all you got to do is tap your feet, man. You just tap your feet.
All right, the walk-off on the penalty sets it all the way back to the 25-yard line, so Aiken should get at least some good field possession.
Got a return here.
And have a chance, and slips down at the 30-yard line. So a long way still to go to get to the Tyler Tire end zone. First down, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for the Green Hornets. And you work with EGS.
Empower Global Solutions. That's right. We do staffing and recruiting.
Now, I saw that y'all were advertising for a position.
That's right. Well, we have several positions, a lot out at Savannah Riverside and all over the DOE complex. So, you know, hey, if you're looking for a good job and you got some engineering, IT, construction, or environmental, call EGS.
I was going to call you and apply. I was coming to work with Brittany.
Well, hey, she's a great worker. She's a great worker. We got a great space there, too.
It is a great space. And the reason we say that we laugh, I'm the landlord.
That's right. He's a great landlord. Y'all takes care of us really good.
I'm Mr. Landlord. I come up there and knock on the door. Where's your rent?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, we make sure we pay on time.
It's always there. I don't have to come looking for it at all.
That's right.
It's a great organization. We're thrilled to have y'all with us. So you're sort of the jack of all trades. Again, that's sort of me.
You know, I say you just show up and try. You just show up and try your best. That's what I do, and that's how I've made it thus far.
I was watching something and they were talking about the people of this millennials or whatever. I don't know. Are you a millennial?
You know, I consider myself a hybrid. I'm something like old school mixed with a little bit of new school.
And so many people now are doing multiple jobs, gigs as they called it. This was yesterday, a thing that we had up at, it was out at Aiken Electric Co-op, the Economic Partners. And it was interesting. They described what we do, doing all these different things.
Hornets with a quarterback keep had 3 receivers, didn't go far.
Lawton's been probably their most successful runner. Of course, that's been scrambling, and you did that a little bit.
Just a little bit. You know, I went from our junior year, we had the leading rusher in the state and a huge offensive line, and switched it up our senior year.
Now, Wade played with you.
That's right. He was a sophomore my senior year, but he could carry the rock.
Wade was something else.
That's right.
He kind of wore down over the years. He got hit so much. And, of course, Bobby Smith was behind you. He came up later. And
I played with his brother, Chad Smith.
Yep. Yeah, he was a receiver, wasn't he?
Right in the corner.
Yep.
That's right.
I remember that.
And he can run. It's even good to see the track upgrades over here at South Aiken. You know.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice track. We did the pregame show out there before the game. You know, from the perspective, from your perspective, how much did y'all look forward to playing Aiken? Even though you were having little success before you got there, y'all were coming so close.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a little different because when I was playing, the South Aiken High game was the last game of the season. So it was something that you look forward to the whole season to get to that South Aiken High game. Of course, my freshman year, you know, that was the year Aiken High went to the state championship. So they put it on us pretty good that year.
Yeah.
And then we've played them tight the 3 years after that. It looks like they're going to try to see if they can get one in here before the 43 seconds.
It's one of those things that I went to Aiken High. There was no South Aiken when I graduated, and that would have been fun. Our rivalry was North Augusta, and that was a big deal. But I think that this is a bigger deal. Playing somebody from across town where you know everybody.
Yeah, you know, of course, I'm sure every class probably says, well, you know, back in the day when we played, you know. But I feel like, you know, it was definitely a big deal. We had the Spirit Links and had everybody show up to the Aiken High South Aiken game. So it's good to be back.
Terry on that carry got a pretty good run, about 6 yards, a third down.
It looks like they're going to get one more in here before the half. It's coming back out, 3 receivers to the left.
Hornets have used all their timeouts, so you're right, this will probably be the last play.
And it's a little handoff to the right.
It's be right at the sticks for a first down, but that'll end the first half, and the first half has been all South Aiken. You know, you played football here. I can't hardly remember my days of playing football. That was so long ago, 40 years ago. How many times did you have a situation where you went out and scored every possession a touchdown in the first half?
You know, if there was any, I don't remember many of them.
Yeah, I know. I think it's very, very unusual. They had 5 possessions. They controlled the football. It wasn't just long plays. They actually methodically came down the field long chunks of yardage at a time. But 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
35 to nothing.
And you got to give shout out to defense, you know, with it being 0.
And defense has definitely shut down Aiken. Aiken has struggled scoring points this season, so that's not terribly surprising. Not terribly surprised that South Aiken is maybe a little bit ahead of Aiken as Olajuwon Page is trying to build this program in his first year. And, of course, Chris Hamilton been here for a little while.
Yeah, it usually takes some time to build a program up. You know, it'll probably be another year or two before some of those values and principles get instilled into your team.
And it's hard to say right now. I've seen Midland Valley play. I've seen North Augusta play. Of course, I haven't seen Airport in BC, so that remains a little bit of an unknown as to how good they are. But from what we've seen tonight, South Aiken probably can hang with North Augusta. Certainly Midland Valley. Midland Valley has really struggled to score points.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, I even think the last couple years, you know, South Aiken has made some playoff runs, and I think Coach Hamilton's done a really good job at carrying his program and progressing it. The run to the state championship, where they went to the semifinals and lost to South Point. South Point went on and just blasted whoever they played the next week. They won the state championship. They went into overtime with South Point. South Aiken wins that game. Arguably, they'd be the state champions. I tell you, man, that's the day that I'm looking forward to. I will be there, Lord willing, to witness that. Look at some state championship recognition going on right now.
Yep, this is the girls' soccer team, state champions last year. They're going to give them their rings.
That's awesome, man. And Coach Mahulides was there when I was in school, so congratulations to him as well. And I just love seeing the T-Breds do great.
This is a good idea. Coach Paluski, the athletic director, on the night where it's Aiken High, go ahead and hand out some rings for state championships. The South Aiken, the South Aiken soccer teams historically have been very, very good.
Well, Paluski took the baseball team.
Well, the baseball team never won the state championship. It certainly made far runs into the championship. Okay. But the soccer teams, this is not new territory. They've won state championships on both the boys and the girls.
That's right. That's right.
Well, listen, we'll see if we can pick up Corey Burns announcing the names here.
I hear he's got that Get Down tonight in the background, too.
It's nice to get some recognition.
Well, and, you know, I always say I want Aiken High to win every game they ever play, except when they play the T-Breds. I got to root for the T-Breds. You know?
I used to say the same thing about Aiken High playing the T-Breds, and then once we got around the T-Breds, we started feeling sorry for them. Probably as excited as I ever was when they finally won here.
Well, you know, my first game ever playing at South Aiken was the first game they had at this stadium. They parachuted the game ball in, and I feel like it wouldn't have mattered who we played that night. We were going to win that game. Had Antoine Carter had over 200 yards rushing, and Terrence Smith, and he had over 200 yards receiving, and Kyle Finley. Those are some of the old greats.
That's one of the things that Dan was great about doing, and he carried it over to North Augusta. That they would have paratroopers, and they had the motorcycles over at North Augusta, and Dan was all about doing things on the PA. I really enjoyed working with him and doing what we did. I can remember I introduced the horse we'd play the bells from AC/DC to open the game, and the horse would go, and he'd go, that sounds like a sick horse. Like, it's not a sick horse, it's a mean horse.
Well, I see we got the real living legend still over there, Mr. Coach Eddie Buck. That is the real living legend.
The sad part for me tonight is I had to come roaring in here at the last second. Braves were playing. You know, I had my priorities. The Braves,
That's right.
The Braves is tough, and they won 3-0. Don't know if you know that.
Okay, I didn't know.
Even the series, we're back in this thing.
Back in the game.
But I like getting here early and being able to visit with Coach Buck. You know, Coach Buck was my head coach when he came to Aiken and was the Aiken High head coach.
Been doing it a long time.
I was a sophomore.
That's what I say, old Coach Buck. This here's Coach Buck right here when you talk to your old Eddie Buck. He was an old bull.
We had a we had a sort of a love-hate relationship back in those days, but I love Eddie Buck.
Yeah.
And he stopped me, and just after I'd won the city council position, he stopped me. He said, "You know, all the boys have called me and said, you know, how proud they are of you. I just want you to know how proud I am of you." And I was
That
like,
means the world,
Coach, you don't know how much that means.
That's right.
Just
That's right.
have your old coach tell you that they're proud of you.
Oh yeah. Well, I've had some great Eddie Buck moments in my career as a player and even as a coach. Got to coach with him for a little while.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and fill you in on the halftime activities here at South Aiken High School, where South Aiken leads 35-0 over Aiken High.
T-Breads.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. A member of the RE/MAX Global Network, the Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The collection division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers, while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge of the Aiken market and years of real estate experience, our agents make the buying process seamless, from the search to negotiations to closing. Located in the heart of downtown Aiken, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is ready to help you find a property you'll love.
From your first home
to your dream home, to your dream office.
From plantations
and pastures
To bungalows.
And buildings.
No one opens more doors in Aiken than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
That it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move. Move.
For their military service.
I'd like to thank all of our servicemen and women for your service. Thank you very much.
Yes, if you're at home watching this or watching it on replay, we appreciate you for what you've done and for your service. It's nice that they do this. We were just talking, it'd be nice if we had a flyover.
That's right. That's
they
right.
do at the,
we have to work on that.
At the school, or the big schools at Clemson and South Carolina, and the helicopters and the jets, they'll fly over. That's always
so we need to see
exciting.
if we can get somebody to sponsor that for us, to get us a little sponsorship for a flyover.
We were talking about Dan Pippin. He used to get the little double-wing airplane to fly over at North Augusta. He was always up to something. And, you know, When did he come in? Was that your?
That was my freshman year. Was his first year here. I remember when I was in 8th grade, he came over and talked to us.
Yeah.
And I fortunately got lucky and got to move up to the varsity squad my freshman year and played with old Dan the Man.
And he was tough. He was a disciplinarian. He made everybody run.
He sure was. We had 4 days. We had 4 practices in a day, 4 days in a row.
He used to have that lock-in where he'd take you in the gym and you'd sleep.
I think that you're not allowed to have those type of days anymore.
No, they did away with it. But back in the day, it creates camaraderie between your team. Plus, people get in shape. They don't seem to be as in good a shape. And those teams, the thing about what Dan was able to do was maybe the athletes at first weren't all as good as some of the people South Aiken was playing, but he got them in shape. And as it went on year by year, y'all got better and better and better during that time, and it showed in the fourth quarter.
Well, and I think, he knew how to make a program. It was more than just the team. Like you said, he brought in the community support, you get the faculty support, get support of your players and families, and make it a program.
Make it where the athletes in the school, and you were talking about the kids, the old school say it was so much better, it was this or that. When I was coming along, you played football, you played basketball, you played baseball. Now it's become more of you play football, you play basketball, you play baseball, you play soccer, you play track, run track. I can remember the old track coach at Aiken High saying, "You don't play track, you run
track."
Run track.
I ran a little track in my day.
Well, it was Mr. Fail. Mr. Fail was our physics teacher too, and chemistry teacher, and we used to get him off track by just saying, Dirk plays track.
So it looks like here they're recognizing all the branches of the military. They just recognize the Air Force.
Right.
See the Navy there and the Marines.
That's right.
And now they're doing the Coast Guard.
So anyway, that's the difference between some of the things now. They're so specialized. Baseball players play baseball, and there's some good athletes playing baseball that can play football and crossover. And the same with all of the sports. Basketball has become very specialized.
Now they're trying to make it a year-round thing. When I was coming up, I played football, basketball, baseball.
Right.
Got into high school, and the track coach would come talk to me every day, say, "Hey, you should run track. You should run track." So didn't hear so much from baseball, so I switched over to track. My freshman year, I started running track instead of playing baseball.
Right.
I almost was like, man, I wish I'd have kept playing baseball, but the track experience is a great experience, I think, to have.
Sure. I mean, and it's good as an athlete to not be focused on one thing. I think that's, from a baseball point of view, the problem with kids and their arms is they just end up throwing too much. You go play another sport and you use different muscles.
And you get a different shape, too.
I always think about Sidney Rice, who played wide receiver for Carolina and went to Seattle in the NFL.
He went to Gaffney, I think.
Yeah, he was Gaffney, and he was a really, really good basketball player.
I played college football with his quarterback, Antonio Gaffney.
Okay.
Out of South Carolina State. What's going on there, Mr. Corey? Oh, yeah.
From a standpoint of that playing all the different sports prepares you and gives you a little bit of edge because you can learn so much from playing all the different sports.
I think so too. And I always say it's nothing like running track intervals. That you get done with a track workout and you're like, man, I think I value playing football more even.
Well, it's just like soccer. Soccer, you run and you run. And I can remember going to the soccer matches when I was in high school. One of my best friends was Jeff Newman. He was an all-state goalie for Aiken High. And he'd go, "Why don't you come out here and play?" Y'all run too much. It just goes on and on and on of all the running. So, that's just sort of the aspect of it all. But again, using your legs get you ready for football. And of course, football coaches love for their football players to run track.
Well, that's the reason I got into it. Football was my sport of choice if I had to pick one. And running track, helped your speed, helped your stamina, helped your power. So it does translate over to the football field.
Now, going back to your time, was Aiken High the cream of the crop, the team that was the toughest team you played?
Well, I mean, we had a tough conference. Of course, my freshman year, like I said, they went to the state championship, Aiken High, but played against Lexington and Demetrius Summers. Of course, he's probably one of the best players. I see my high school teammate Ryan Scott's up here with us. He smiled when I said that because he remembers those days too.
Demetrius Summers was a legend in high school, running back, and kind of blew it when he got to college. But yeah, you're right. I remember him. And North Augusta had the running back that went to Clemson.
Reggie Merriweather.
Merriweather, who was outstanding in high school too. I can remember going to see Merriweather in summer and going, "Holy cow!"
And also, I know Reggie personally. He's a good guy, great guy.
Oh yeah, he was a good football player at Clemson. Summers sort of burned out. He had some moments at South Carolina.
Oh yeah, he did have his moments.
But so yeah, you played against those two, and then Aiken High, of course.
And then even Silver Bluff at the time, Troy Williamson and his whole crew, Marcus Lawrence, they went to the state championship in 2A. And
Chavis was on that team, and he was a wide receiver. No, he played with Dwayne Bates. Chavis and Dwayne Bates played together, quarterback and wide receiver. Bates became a wide receiver himself after playing quarterback. He was outstanding. I mean, we've had some guys that could play ball.
Well, Aiken County in itself has definitely had some talent, and still does. I think that's
had Reynolds at Aiken High.
Jamal Reynolds. He was around my brother's time. I think he graduated in '96 or '7.
Somewhere in those '90s. Of course, he went on and played at Florida State and went to Green Bay.
That's right. I played with Dakota Watson here. He was a sophomore my senior year.
And what a great story, Dakota Watson. Grew up down the street from me. Was just a scrawny little kid, but he was
I
a great kid.
I remember him saying out loud that he wanted to play at Florida State. So that was really cool that he went and made that happen.
It broke my heart because I was the MC of the football banquet his senior year, and he went to visit South Carolina. He came back, and we sat down. Of course, he knew I was a big Gamecock fan, so he was going to tell me it was great, and everything's great. Coach Spurrier, it's great. And then it broke my heart and goes to Florida State. I still say he should have come to South Carolina, and he loves Aiken. And he's going to come back to Aiken.
He still supports, Dakota's kids as his foundation.
Yeah. No, he does great things in the community.
Absolutely. Great family. Comes from great stock, Mr. and Miss Watson.
Oh, yeah. What a great family.
That's right.
All the way around. So I saw a video on Facebook of Dakota this week, still working out. Looks like he can play. Somebody
was it doing the 100 steps?
Yeah.
I saw that.
He's something else, and people think, he was just naturally gifted. No, he wasn't.
No, he worked at it.
He made himself.
Honestly, his freshman year, he was a tall, scrawny cornerback.
Yeah.
And came in and Coach G and got in the weight room, and then next thing you know, he's playing defensive end by his sophomore year. So he worked for it.
Of course, from my era, you go back to William Parrott. William, and then Michael Dean. After that, Michael Dean came here in the transfer of Aiken and South Aiken.
That's right.
And he and Roundtree came over here, and those first teams that South Aiken had were really good football teams. My brother, Robert, played at Aiken High. They only won 2 games his senior year. He said because South Aiken took all the good
players, huh?
Or at least the skilled ones that were really, really good. But William was something. Now, William was a freshman when I was a senior. So back in those days, you still played junior high school. You didn't come up to the varsity and play. So it wasn't until I was at college that he came up in the 10th grade, and this legend was coming back of this kid in the 10th grade to come see. And he was something else to go watch play football.
I grew up down the street from Michael Dean, and, he was an adult then, and I saw him dunk a basketball one day and was just amazed to see a guy of this stature get up that high and just slam the basketball.
That was Michael Dean.
Yeah, it was Michael Dean.
And Michael Dean was really, maybe, I don't know, he made himself, he was sort of like Dakota. He worked real hard, whereas William William just showed up.
Yeah,
and the story is Ohio State had come down to recruit him and had never laid eyes on him. So they came in and said, I'm here, I'd like to meet William Perry. And the coach said, well, there he is out there on the basketball court. And he turns around and looks at him, and William was standing under the basket, flat-footed, going, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. Which I can hear Friggy saying that too. And they threw William the ball. He caught it flat-footed, jumped up straight under the basket, and tomahawked it. And the guy and the story is that the Ohio State coach turned around and said, where's your phone? And so they went in and he called Woody Hayes. That had gone back to Woody Hayes as the coach at Ohio State, and called in and said, y'all wire me some money. We need this kid.
That's right. I remember Coach Buck saying we used to have to tell William, you might have to just take some plays off during practice because we couldn't get nothing done when he was at practice. He just wrecked everything.
Yeah, it was a practice where William stood my brother up playing defense. My brother was an offensive lineman, stood him up. My brother was a year ahead of William, stood him up, and the running back came running over, and he pushed him into the running back. Running back blew his knee out, and his knees still to this day will jump out of joint.
You know, the game is won in the trenches. If you got somebody who can dominate the line of scrimmage, they can really be a problem.
That's one of the great things of being involved with this. This is our 10th year of doing football, and before that, I was involved enough to see a lot of these guys play football and come through here in Aiken High, North Augusta, wherever, and especially Silver Bluff, like you said, Troy, and Bates and Chavis, and what they were able to do. I never really imagined that they would go on and that Bates would be such a great wide receiver with the Bears, and Chavis was a defensive back with the Cardinals, is where he made his name.
Well, what an opportunity for these guys to get this type of coverage. Look at Mr. Andre Cheatham up here. It's another teammate of mine, South Aiken.
One of the things of doing stuff with Byron is everybody knows him.
Nothing much, man.
He goes and chases it. I'll tell you what, we're about ready to start. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back for the kickoff of the second half when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
ASTV.
But you're right.
At the Jewelers Loop, we have a great selection of diamond engagement rings that every bride-to-be would love. So make your girl happy. Come see us in our 5,000 square foot showroom in the heart of Aiken. We offer diamond jewelry pieces from several high-end designers. Shop with us at the Jewelers Loop so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for at an affordable price. Or visit us online at thejewelersloop.com. The Jewelers Loop, where life's great celebrations begin.
I always ask myself, would I want me to represent me? Would I want a lawyer who is prepared, who is passionate, who is capable? And every day that we represent our clients, we're telling our clients that you can count on us to bring every skill, every ability, and all of our passion in representing your interests. That's what it means to count on Chandler. That means that you can count on us to fight for you.
Taking care of a horse farm all by yourself is a lot of work, but I wouldn't take back a second. Living out here has been the best experience ever. I just want to be the healthiest I can be and enjoy the rest of my life to the fullest. But when I got the flu last year, I was the sickest I've ever been. At Aiken Regional Medical Centers, I was treated with warmth and love, and now, thanks to them, I'm back at my farm doing what I love most.
Go on the Stomping Grounds. It's Head Jared, joined by Byron the President Bush,
That's right.
as he was known in his high school days.
That's right. I still got it.
But now you're just good old Byron to me.
That's right.
Byron called me just this week, asked me where they could put the cable in.
That's right.
Did you get a cable?
We got it worked out. There's an exposed wire, but it's going to be okay.
He asked me if it was okay. I said, ask Brittany.
That's right. So it looks like Aiken High is going to get the ball.
That's right.
And South Aiken is going to kick off.
South Aiken won the opening toss, elected to receive, so Aiken will get a chance to try to feel good about themselves. It's going to be an uphill battle here in the second half for Aiken to.
You know, I always think that's interesting too. You know, I was the type that I always wanted to go on defense first. You know, and it's funny sometimes your game plan is in a way that you say, I want to get the ball right now and score. But so I guess they did that and it worked out for them.
Yeah, it did. They went bang, bang, bang right down the field.
They're about to kick it on off.
All right, Yeomans will kick.
Kick it from the 40. And the second half is off. Nice kick returned at about the 5.
Looks like
juke action up to about the 25.
Back in your days, did they play Welcome to the Jungle on the kickoffs?
That's right. It was Welcome to the Jungle.
Down.
That was the one.
That was classic. I guess they decided to do something different.
Got to switch it up a little bit.
Sometimes us older guys, we move on to other things.
That's right.
Used to play it. Used to get in a game like this where I'd start playing other things because it just gets a little bit on the old side.
Well, you know, and then it really hits when you have the game's a little closer. But we'll see if Aiken High can start us off here in the second half.
25-yard line. Channel Law Firm 1st and 10.
3 receivers to the left, little muff snap. Quarterback kept it and tackled for a loss.
So Lawton starts the second half pretty much where he spent the first half, under a lot of duress from the South Aiken defense.
Well, you know, and I even look here as the South Aiken team has way more players. If you look over the Aiken High side, they're running on what I would call an Iron Man squad.
Yeah, if you look at the roster, you've got 2 pages for South Aiken, not just 1 page.
Yeah, so they're playing with about a half.
But again, that's the growing pains.
That's right. That's right.
Elijah Page. Did you play against Elijah?
I did. OP was, I think, 2 years under me. So he was a sophomore, I think, our freshman year.
He was a good football player.
That's right. I'm sorry, my senior year, I think he was a sophomore.
He was a good football player, and he'll get things done. He'll have some time. I like the fact of hiring people from the past who had success.
Oh, yeah. And he's worked hard for it, you know. He's been coaching for a while. I even think he spent some time up there with Pippen in Greenwood.
He may have.
So it's really good to see him get to come home, and we wish him the best. They're coming out 4 wide. I would call this king left. 4 receivers, 2 on both sides, running back to the left.
King left. That's the king is the running back?
Well, yeah, it's just something we called it in college. You would call king as our 4 wide, and wherever the running back was, you know, king right or king left.
See, now that's good.
It was Purdue in high school.
Yeah, in high school, I was an offensive lineman. I didn't listen to all that.
Yeah. You just want to know if it was pass or run, huh?
No. You know, you're an offensive lineman. You go, hey, why don't you let me run the ball? I can run.
That's right.
No, couldn't run quite like that. Quite like the running backs.
That's like when we ran track, we had a 4x1 big man squad of our offensive linemen would run the 4x1.
Right.
And that was always fun to watch.
All right, it's 4th down.
Looks like they got a timeout.
Aiken going to take a timeout. They didn't have the punting unit. They looked a little confused. Get over on the sidelines and talk it over. And we've got a Honda Cars of Aiken timeout on the field. We'll keep it here and talk some more with Byron Bush.
Hey, glad to be here.
So you're in this play, and it's running for the rest of the month?
Well, the 17th through the 26th.
Okay, so tonight was practice.
Yeah, well, today we did, it was called like a coffee house production. It's where we take one scene from the play and present it to the coffee house. Just kind of like a teaser, if you will. So we did a scene I was in tonight with Crooks. I had on a gray beard. I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah, you sent me the picture. I thought maybe you were going to come dressed up to make me feel good.
I was worried about it. You know, it washes off pretty easy, so I was happy to know that. I'm going to a conference next week. I said I didn't want to show up to the conference with a gray beard.
All right, punting unit on. They called a timeout to punt to start off the first half, too.
Oh, he had a chance at getting that.
End over end, low shot, gonna let it roll.
Gonna let it roll.
And rolls all the way to the 42-yard line. That's eerily similar to what happened in the first half. Aiken got the ball the first time, punted on 3 downs, had to call a timeout, then punted, rolled it down to the 42-yard line.
It's great field position.
A great field position. Now this is on the 43. They missed it by a yard, which after the opening kickoff, South Aiken started at the 42-yard line as well. So this field position been very advantageous for the T-Breads.
That's T-Breads.
All right, tell us what formation they're in. They're using an H-back.
I would call this a Robert Queen, because, see, they got the fullback offset to the left. And it's a great run. I would call that maybe 42. Looked like they ran to the 2-hole.
That's Ryans on the carry. And Ryans has had a big night. He's got to be well over 100 yards by now. He's broken off several 20-yard runs.
See, this is Robert King. You see, you got 2 to the right with the offset fullback to the strong side.
That was about 25 yards on that play.
And they gave him a little flare to the flats.
Jesse Sanders on the catch. And Sanders, they came out running that play. Sanders, the former quarterback.
Completion. It doesn't matter if it's 1 yard or 50 yards. It's a completion.
And he's gone from being the quarterback now. He's playing this H-back, as you referred to it, as a fullback. Now they line up in the backfield. It's more of a split fullback.
This is Leonard. I'd call this Leonard with 2 to the left. Looks like they're doing a pass. Quarterback rolling out. I think he needs to keep this one. Go ahead and get out of bounds. Nice play.
Gets hit, spilled over there, and it looked like it was late from this ball.
A little late, but I think they give him a little grace today.
I think he got 9 yards. Again, this is their 6th possession of the game. 5 possessions resulted in 5 touchdowns. Now they're going for the 6th. 35-0 our score.
Going back to 4 wide. And see, this is what's invaluable about a position like Jesse's playing.
There's Mays on the end around.
Oh, nice.
Rather than try to turn it inside, he goes in for the touchdown. No, they're going to say he's down to the 1.
But it's invaluable having a guy like that where you can keep the same personnel. He can play receiver, he can play fullback, he can play tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that's hard to compete with when you got a guy like that.
And he felt like
that's so diverse.
And he and his family went to the coach and said, we think his future is not at quarterback, it's at playing tight end. Or something along those lines. So
it's good to get that experience now.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I had to grow into. I was almost like, man, I wish I'd have had an opportunity to stay not playing quarterback, but all things work out for the good. Touchdown.
They let Mays finish up what he started there. Mays couldn't believe they didn't give him the touchdown, so they lined him up in the backfield, handed off, and he scores 6 touchdowns in a row.
This is a sight I've never seen here, Ed. It's 41-0 South Aiken over Aiken High.
The only other time I of course would remember this, South Carolina in 1975 beat Clemson 56-20. They got 7 possessions, 8 possessions, and scored a touchdown on all 8 possessions in 56 points.
I don't think there's a Tiger here that remembers it now. They said they're champions.
I don't think they remembered it. They kind of made it their business never to let it happen again.
That's right.
And it hadn't happened again, but that's the way it goes. All right, Yeoman's kick is good. 42-0 is our score. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
People move to the charming community of Aiken, South Carolina for a variety of reasons.
To start a family.
To open a business.
To pursue a passion.
And to embark on a new chapter.
Whether you're on the hunt for a 1,000 square foot starter home, a 5,000 square foot vacation home, or a 10,000 square foot office building, or an even bigger piece of land, no one has more knowledge of the entire Aiken market than the RE/MAX Tattersall Group. Local experts in all residential and commercial properties, the RE/MAX Tattersall Group is the only international full-service real estate company in Aiken. a member of the RE/MAX Global Network. The Tattersall Group is also the only RE/MAX office in the country that's branded with both collection and commercial designations. The collection division provides exceptional service for luxury home buyers, while the commercial division is comprised of specialists who only handle commercial sales and leasing. With an in-depth knowledge.
And we're back. Kickoff, this looked like a sky kick almost. No, he booted that. Uh-oh.
Getting him clear. Now
He's got a chance.
Kicker to beat.
He's got one more to beat. And
pushes him out of bounds.
Great return.
See if there is a flag behind him.
Looks like that is
a good run by
Federian Terry.
Federian.
Yeah. Gonna give a quick shout out to Mr. Jake Anderson out there. He just sent me a text that he's listening in.
We appreciate Jake tuning in. It's always great.
He's out there working for the Clemson Tigers, one of the greatest linebackers come through South Aiken. Shout out to Jake Anderson.
remember Jake well.
That's right.
Good football player.
Well, the flag is unfortunate. It pulls back that great return.
That's tough for Aiken. They're looking for something to hang their hats on, and walk off takes it back to the 33-yard line. But unfortunately, or fortunately, that's about as good a field position as Aiken has had all night long.
Yeah.
Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. 2 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Man in the back. King left.
That's right, King left.
I've learned
King
something
left.
new here. Lawton calls out the play.
South Aiken looks like they're in a 3-4. They got a little pass action and completion.
Yeah, Lawton's got a good arm. He's actually completed
David
a
Neal
couple
with the
passes.
catch.
And Neal made a great catch in the first half over on the far sideline, going up, beating his defender. He was well covered and made the catch. This one takes it out to the 48-yard line. That's a pickup of 15 yards. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as they get into thoroughbred territory.
You can count on Everett, on Chandler.
I tell you what, if Everett ever quit being a sponsor on First Down, I think I'd still end up saying it anyway.
That's right. Well, he's a great guy, great leader. We're in trade right, 3 receivers to the right. And they're rolling out left one-on-one. He wasn't looking, wasn't ready.
I think that may have been a design run. Look for space. It's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play, which is one of the better runs of the night for Aiken.
We might be trying to put together a drive here. 2nd
down and 6.
So I guess at this point in the game, Ed, do you put in the, your backup players, maybe your second string or your twos?
I was going to say, I think there's still starters out for South Aiken, but at the same time, it's a good opportunity to let some of the players on the bench get out there and get some experience. So the third quarter's over. Aiken will come back. They'll have the ball.
See, we got Coach Tommy DeGennaro still down there. He was coaching when I was there.
He's been around a long time.
That's right. He went over to North Augusta for a little while and made it back.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. South Aiken leads 42-0.
ASTV.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tire she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Versus South Aiken, here back at the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. And we are into the 4th quarter. T-Breads 42, Hornets 0. 2nd down, 6 to go on the 44-yard line.
This is where I say I'm Ed Gerardo, along with Byron Bush. Eric Russell in the truck, pushing all the right buttons.
That's right.
Second down and 6.
Thank you, Eric.
As Aiken looks to move the ball down the field here and do something good here in the second half.
Oh, it was there. It was there. It looks like it took a hit. Those are those ones you got to follow through on to keep it online. Looks like the Hornets are taking to the air a little bit more this drive.
Yeomans put the pressure on Lawton. He got in the backfield and hit him pretty hard. You were right. He had a receiver open, unable to connect. Aiken will take 4 downs, so third down, they got 2 downs to pick up the 6. See what they come up with. They split a man wide right, 3 on the left side, looking to his left. Now he throws a screen.
Who doesn't get much.
That just hasn't developed.
Yeah, you got to sell it. It's almost like they knew it was coming.
Well, South Aiken has covered that well all night long. They lose a yard. 4th down and 7 coming up. They'll keep the offense on the field.
Looks like the punt team is coming out.
I think you're right. I think they will go ahead and punt.
Yeah, South Aiken almost got a hand on it last time.
Guess from the perspective of Aiken, make it as long an effort as they can.
Yeah,
South Aiken.
I think so.
There's a snap. The kick
I
gets
tell you,
away.
the time is close.
That's going to be a good kick. Go inside the 20.
That's
Down
not bad. That's not bad.
To the 15, 14-yard line. Channel Law Firm 1st and 10 for South Aiken as they get the ball for the 7th time. They've scored all 6 possessions.
Wow.
And scored touchdowns at that. They'll look to see if 7 times is a charm. 9:45, and they are on a running clock. I had not noticed that until just now. So this may be South Aiken's last possession of the game as they're going to go ahead and
coming
run
out,
this out.
Trey left, 3 receivers to the left. They got a new quarterback in here. Handoff there to Mr. Butler. Travis Butler.
We've seen him a couple times in the game. He picks up another 1st down.
So it looks like
32.
Isaac Morales, junior quarterback, is in now. So he is leading the troops down the field this drive. So now here we are back. Trey left, 3 receivers to the left.
You got to figure South Aiken will keep it on the ground.
Run the bubble screen.
The bubble screen.
And nice block. Oh, he got off of it. Tackle there on about the 42.
Nathan Jones making the catch. First time we've called his name tonight.
Is that enough for a first?
No, it's going to be a little short. Be a couple yards short.
Yep.
Bring up 2nd and 2.
Gave him a generous spot there for the defense. And they come out Trey Bright.
They spread the field. You got to think they're going to keep it compressed. Of course, the new quarterback. Handoff, and they have been successful running the ball.
I got to give a big shout out. Is that number 68, Caleb? Just Eichelberger making a way there for a great pull, moving the opposition out the way. That's what you want to see out of an offensive lineman right there.
So Gage O'Banion on the carry, another big game for him. We haven't mentioned the quarterback is Isaac Morales.
Right, another Chandler Law Firm 1st down, right?
Chandler Law Firm.
Count on Chandler. Back to Trey Wright. Okay, he's going to throw the fade right here.
Get it down there.
Almost got to put it a little bit more in that outside shoulder. Give him a little better chance there.
I guess in this particular case, they're giving Morales a chance to get out there and throw the ball around, get some practice.
That's when you need to do it.
Absolutely.
It's a whole lot better than it being the other way. My first varsity pass was an interception, and we were losing 40-7. So it's better to have it this way.
Absolutely. All right, Morales Hands off.
And I'll tell you, you can definitely tell a difference there on the line of scrimmage. You know, the thoroughbreds are really moving and dominating the line.
O'Banion picks up about 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. Ryans comes back in the game. They'll bring O'Banion to the sideline.
I see Coach Collins in there calling in the plays. They're in 4 wide. King Wright or Purdue, whatever you want to call it.
I remember Pippen having those names at Purdue.
That's right. Oh. Let's see if he can turn something out of nothing. Had a fumble snap and down there at about the 41.
So it'll bring up the first 4th down of the ball game for South Aiken.
It looks like they're keeping the offense on the field.
Not only
nope, there they go. They're going to punt.
Not only have they scored on every possession, they have had a 4th down the entire game.
Well, you know, we always said you want to score or punt. You know, let's minimize the turnovers. So it looks like they've accomplished that goal so far for the night.
James Platt comes on to punt. And you know, this is something that I don't know that everybody thinks about all the time, but someday, somewhere, your punter is going to win a game for you. Your kicker is going to win a game for you.
That's right.
You need them to go out and kick extra points, field goals, punt.
That's right. It's 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams. I mean, even you think about your returners, fielding the ball, saving field position. Let's see if you can pin them in there. Great punt.
We saw him earlier in the year and did a great job punting the ball. So the clock continues to run. Got a running clock. It's running down to 5:05.
Looks like they got them down to about the 6-yard line, 6 or 7 yard line, pinning Aiken High in.
The last night of summer.
That's right.
Cold weather gets here overnight. I haven't checked my map. You can tell people what's going on as I check the old Ed AccuWeather forecast.
Well, we got Ed, meteorologist Ed Gerardo here, going to pull us up the weather as Aiken High comes back out. Starting 1st down. Chandler 1st and 10, that's right.
They're actually showing the like showers coming out of Columbia. I don't know if that's that stuff that just doesn't count.
The DJ and the wedding in Greenville tomorrow, so hopefully the weather will hold out.
It should be very, very nice.
Here we go, 4 wide. They're going with the quarterback keep, and he's got some room. Let's see if he can stretch this thing out. If he's got his knee lift, he's out here right across the 50. Looks like the ref puts him right on the 50. That's where track comes in. See if you had that track knee lift right there, he might have stretched that one on out.
Lawton with the best run of the evening, biggest play of the game for Aiken. Takes it into South Aiken territory at the 42.
Yeah, it was a great run, great run.
And number 4, Hakeem Robinson ran him out of bounds, keep him from going 96 yards for a touchdown, 94 yards.
Yeah. Just going to see if Aiken High can keep this momentum. Looks like they called a timeout. So we might take a break here. Aiken Standard, game of the week, South Aiken, Aiken High.
That it was a heart attack, but I knew he was in trouble. His right coronary artery was 99% blocked and already collapsed.
So within 10 minutes, they had put a stent in.
I'm so glad that we made that decision to go to Aiken Regional right away.
We definitely made the right decision in going to Aiken Regional.
I don't think we could have gotten better care.
WJBF?
No, it's on Aiken Standard and
okay.
YouTube channel.
Okay.
Go to YouTube and question. Of course, if you're watching this, you know that you went to aikenstandard.com to look this up, or to the YouTube channel, but you can always do that. Go to YouTube and type in Aiken Standard, and you'll see an assortment of games, and you can go and critique yourself and listen to you again and say, man, am I good at this or what?
Well, you know, hey, man, I always say I'll show up and try.
It's like us playing music, right?
Jake's telling me he appreciates the shout out. Very cool. Love you back, brother.
Yeah. I got one from a real estate agent who says, when do you know if this house is going under contract?
There you go. We're in Trey Wright bunch here. Aiken High has the ball at the 50.
I suppose they said he ran out of bounds at the 50.
They're sending in a blitz there. Oh, big hit on the quarterback, but he gets it off completion. And he's still on his feet down at about the 47.
47-yard. Pick up a 3. Looked like it was more than that, but he caught it in the backfield and swung it out there. And actually, very good defense to get up there and keep him contained. He made a nice little move to pick up the 3 yards, but again, South Aiken coached well. Of course,
that's right.
Defense is out there celebrating, dancing already.
Here we go. 3 receivers to the right. Aiken High. 2nd down. Oh, got to keep your head up. Nice running hard there.
Good job running. Downhill, north-south.
Yep, that was Kyron Holmes running hard. You know, Jake text me here. You know, we had him and his brother and the West brothers, 2 sets of brothers on the same defense that year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Great time.
Rod West, right?
Yep, Rod West and Bernard West, or Doobie, and Ben and Jake Anderson. Here we go, Aiken High back out, 3 receivers to the right. South Aiken getting the defensive call in.
3rd down and 2.
Let's see who wants it. And there, he was there. He was there. Most intercepted. Ball is a little late.
Had a receiver.
He was wide open. Just got to get it out a little faster.
He was very close to going over the line.
Yep,
an illegal forward pass.
That was close.
Did not call that. He was right there at the marker. 4th down.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Might as well.
Yeah,
Clock rolls down.
Well.
They're actually stopping the clock now.
Minute 39 left to go. 4th and about 2 or 3 here. They're in 4 wide. Let's see what they do. Aiken High almost wasn't
surprised
ready.
Him.
Oh, that's a fumble. That looks like that's going to the house.
Oh, my goodness.
That's South Aiken Hakeem Robinson picking up the fumble and for a touchdown. I think the ball was snapped a little before the quarterback was ready.
Now, there's a flag back where the fumble occurred. I'm not so sure that wasn't a horse collar. It was on the far side of the field. It's difficult to see what it was. We'll have to look at the Remax. Did you see that replay? Or the Remax Tattersall. Did you see that replay?
Yeah.
It's a targeting call on South Aiken, so it'll be a 15-yard walk-off. That's our 2nd targeting call of the night.
Really?
So it wasn't a horse collar, it was a targeting call. Which means somebody
interesting call, but you know, turns out that's going to be
we'll see if they can. They ran the replay. Let's see if we can get another look at that replay as to what happened. That was a kickoff.
So we got us another Chandler Law Firm 1st down here.
So Aiken does pick up the Chandler Law Firm 1st down, 1:24. There's the play. He fumbles it out of there, but here's. I'm not sure how it was targeting. I'm not sure.
I think they might have got away with one right there.
I think that was more of a horse collar. It did look like he grabbed him from behind and pulled him down. So
1:06 on the clock. 4 wide, Aiken High. There's a snap.
Throws a pass in the middle of the field.
Completion. That's been there.
Now the clock's running. They don't stop it for the 1st down. Aiken's got a timeout. They might want to use it and see if they can get on the board. That'd be a moral victory at best.
Yep.
Make them feel better this week in practice of feeling good about getting something accomplished.
About
at the end of the
35
game.
seconds left here.
So at the 16-yard line, 42-0.
Aiken High.
He's going to have to run out of it again. He's outside. He's got a blocker out there. It comes back
and he looks like he's going to try to run.
That's a pretty good block. He goes out of bounds at about the 10. He's going to say he's out at the 10. They stop the clock.
Tavius Lawton stopping the clock there.
20 seconds left to go. So Aiken down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the first down. More importantly, they've got 10 yards to go to get on the board tonight.
Now I wonder if they're going to throw this jump ball fade up here out to number 9, Travis Taylor.
The South Aiken kids down there in the end zone telling their defense to keep them out. Trying to preserve the shutout.
Got the matchup up there.
They've got some receivers open if they'll block up front, because here comes the blitz in the middle.
There it is. There's a fade.
It would be a jump ball.
I called it. Oh, good defense. Good defense.
It's good effort, good call.
Went for the fade to Travis Taylor. It was almost there. Great defense there by Nathan Jones. A little outmatched there height-wise, but didn't get outmatched heart-wise. That's right.
15 seconds left to go. 2 more downs. At least it's 3rd down. Can pick up the first down, not scoring the touchdown.
Kind of switched the matchup there now.
It's the slot receiver that's they move. South Aiken goes out and covers the slot. The second slot looks like it's maybe open. That's who they're not going to go to.
Oh, they went with like a
different one.
I think they had a miscommunication there.
South Aiken caught it, but it was out of bounds.
Looks like the receiver ran a slant. Quarterback thought he was running a fade.
He had the guy open in the flat. He could have gone out. Number 11, which is Ian Tucker, split out, and they stayed with the receivers. He could have gone out there and with a couple of blockers, maybe be able to run it in. Now it's 4th down. One more play. 8.5 seconds. Even if they pick up the first down, they'd have to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Let's see what they come up here for this last play.
Trips left. King right.
Well, Trey left. Right? Yep, 3 receivers to the left. He's
There's
there.
the man again right there.
He needs to run that.
He needs to get a block. Make a man miss. He's going to be kicked out of the end zone. They didn't start the clock. Now the clock runs, and that's the end of the ball game. They stopped him. Now, he may have picked up the first down. He was inside the 5.
The first down, and he gets one more play. Looks like they got 4.8 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be first down.
Yeah,
Aiken High.
Be a Chandler Law Firm first and goal.
Clock started back running.
The clock. Aiken.
That's going to be the game.
That's enough. So Aiken comes close, doesn't get on the board. Big win tonight for South Aiken as they play Journeys Don't Stop Believing, and they've got to be believing now. They got to win. And
119 BPMs there.
And they've got a chance. They're tied for first at the end of the night. They'll be tied with 2 other teams, 1-0 on the season in the region. And
that's right.
Hope springs eternal. Get going. This is a convincing win, 42-0.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we wish the Hornets the best to come back. Big congratulations to the T-Breads, 42-0 here at the Stomping Grounds.
All right, now Corey gets to play Don't Stop Believing as the band rocked us out. It was all South Aiken. They had 6 possessions. The first 6 possessions, they scored 6 touchdowns. Make that first 7. Yeah, they score 7 points 6 times in a row, 42 points. And Aiken fell behind 21-0 after the first quarter, and South Aiken never looked back, just kept on applying the pressure, ran the score up to 35-0 at halftime, and a very quick running clock here in the second half, only 7 points for South Aiken, but I guess, yeah, they don't run the clock without Aiken saying, let's run the clock and get it over with and go back and work on it and get better, as you said. And here come the South Aiken students for the first time in this rivalry, which goes back to 1981, maybe 1982, I believe, is the first South Aiken game. For the first time, South Aiken has won 4 games in a row. And there's some Aiken people who would say that would never happen. It's a different day in South Aiken.
I'm sure we never saw 42-0.
And I can't remember for all of the times of any kind of a blowout win such as that. So South Aiken runs their record to 1-5 on the season, 1-0 in the region. Aiken falls to 0-6. We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap things up for another Aiken Standard Game of the Week. We'll be back for that.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
Talk about football. We're back. South Aiken celebrating a 42-0 win. Their 4th in a row in the series. Next week, the Aiken Standard Game of the Week goes to one of my favorite places. This is my favorite place to come. You know why?
Why?
Because I live 3 miles that way, and I'm going to be home in no time.
That's all right,
It's
there.
better than, I love going to places like Wagner. We went to Wagner last week, Wagner Sally, and it's a throwback. It's going back in time. It's so pristine of what it was when I played there.
That's right.
I played on that field back in probably 1971, 72, somewhere in there in junior high school. So it hadn't changed, and that's neat. But it is a long drive home, and you got to dodge the deer and the antelope playing in the road.
That's right.
Tonight, just got to make it past Walmart.
Well, I sure appreciate y'all having me. What a great time it is. Come back out to South Aiken and also to witness a win.
My second favorite place is Strom Thurmond. They got the new stadium, the new press box. They've got air conditioning and heat, so it doesn't matter what we have next week. We'll be in good shape. We won't be hot. We won't be cold. We're taken care of at Strom Thurmond. It's a beautiful place, and they'll be taking on Swansea. Swansea, a history of being a very good football team. Haven't seen any scores tonight. I don't know whether Eric has any scores for us. Don't usually post them for us, or he texts me messages, and I don't see any, so we'll just hope that all those games went well and nobody got hurt, and we'll pick up an Aiken Standard at your favorite newsstand tomorrow, or visit aikenstandard.com. They'll have all the results from all the games in the area tomorrow. But next week, Swansea at Strom Thurmond.
I like to sign off with something peaceful and positive. Y'all have a great week. Do great things, and be blessed. We'll see y'all next time.
That's Byron the President Bush returning to his stomping grounds, which he